Hannah did that. I think that was a bad move.
I thought it was the right move.
I thought Zac Efron was going to be our generation's Leonardo DiCaprio.
We know one of Kevin's worst days, and we can't talk about it.
That's right.
Brought it up.
That 9/11.
It's when I got into a fight with a coworker.
No, exactly.
Yeah, that
It was terrible.
BMS the podcast.
Let's jump into an interesting BMS the podcast because there's a lot we have to talk about, including AB being hit up for $50,000.
What?
Hannah having to hit up her friend saying, I don't want your gift. And we're going to end with like the worst days in the history of mankind.
Oh.
So lots of...
All right, it's a real pick-me-up episode.
Ending with a bang.
Let's just talk about just like awkward beginnings. Guys, do you guys remember when we posted the video of Emily Michelle?
Yes.
Called a listener in the middle of on-air live. I just changed her name, and you guys had this reaction video of like, what the fuck is wrong with Brett?
Exactly.
Like on a regular
That
basis.
happens all the time.
You recently called Daria diarrhea.
Yeah, that was even crazier.
Man, we know you're not,
I'm the worst with names.
Yeah,
Literally,
it's
diarrhea
the
was
worst.
crazy.
The worst.
I ran
it was-
into Emily. She showed up at Vantage Credit Union. So then I had to like stare into
Did she
her.
confront you about
Yeah,
it?
was she pissed?
Brought it up.
Oh.
She's like, I'm the person who called the wrong name. And I'm like,
You're like, which one?
I literally had to say that. And
Are
then
you diarrhea?
Because I don't remember. I didn't tell her about it. She said she saw it. And then she said she saw a video of us posting it, which is
that's
like
funny.
Like you don't usually see someone that we post a video about of the interaction
Right.
True.
and then have to be like face to face with them. And then I got to meet her kids.
Did you fuck up their names?
And I got their names wrong on the Instagram video.
Oh, no.
On
It
the
was-
video? Oh, like you said
I
it
was like
wrong
on my
on the
Insta
video?
story, like, yo, this is Braxton. And it was,
Oh my
and it was
gosh.
like Bodie.
It was
but
like
I called
David.
him Brody. Or his name was
You just
Bryson.
need to not call people by their names.
It was so bad,
Right.
guys.
You just need to be like, oh, like King.
Here's the thing that I remember things about people. Like I remember Emily Michelle. I remember your guys' facial reaction. I remember the jokes.
You always remember stories.
I
You just
remember
don't
their whole
remember
story, their name, and I've
names.
tried all of those secrets. But what I was talking about with Emily Michelle is I think it's an important part of people and who they are. And I think it's kind of an asshole thing. Of
You mean
me.
their name?
Yes.
It's a big deal.
Like,
that's when
But
we
if
have
someone
people
called
come
me-
in to interview, like we have to like prep you.
It happened the other day. Guys, I didn't want to tell you guys this too. It happened with the Gateway Grizzlies. They came in and we were about to start an interview. Thank God somebody walked in and interrupted our interview. People do that all the time. Normally we're kind of like annoyed, like we're in the middle of an interview. But as we were hitting record, someone walked in and was like, oh, sorry to interrupt. Hey, my name's blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, I'm Kurt. And I'm like, thank fucking God.
Yeah.
I was about to introduce
It
this.
happened the other day, too, because Kevin and I caught it. In the second, you went, I don't remember who it was, but you went and we interviewed him, you walked him out of the room, and Kevin and I both looked at each other and we go, he definitely forgot her name.
Yes.
Who
yes.
was it?
Oh,
I
can't
don't remember.
Was
You
it
guys-
Lion's Choice?
And you guys are like, blah, blah, blah. And you guys told me. I don't remember their name
It
again.
was so clear you couldn't remember their name and you were trying to avoid every way possible to not have to say
Right.
it.
I'm the worst with that.
I
It is,
always feel
ridiculous.
like I have to like defend you even before it happens. Like my famous line is, "Oh, he always forgets my name too."
Yeah.
I always say that to like protect.
Which is like, I think that could make me look worse. Like this poor guy, he does a show with you every day. He doesn't even know your name.
He doesn't even know his own kid's name.
How
What's
disrespectful
going on?
is
Right.
this human?
Exactly.
My wife will say this. We'll be watching like shows together, and I'll be like, Jacob clearly is the killer. And she'll be like, who is Jacob? And I'll be like, the killer. Katie, it is the most obvious killer I've ever
Duh.
seen. And she'll be like, the guy, Peter? I'm like, is that the guy wearing the yellow shirt? She's like, yeah. I'm like, where did you
God.
get Jacob? And I'll say it with such conviction. Like, I'm mad that she is questioning
Your
that Jacob couldn't
knowledge.
be the killer.
When
Like,
it comes to TV shows, I feel like my family, we don't even try to learn. Like, if there's like a group of 10 people, you're not learning all 10 people's names. So whoever like this man looks like, that is the name that we will give him. And so, it like if he like looked like Shawn Mendes, we would call him Sean for the entire
get that,
series.
yep.
And then when they start saying names, we're like, oh,
Could
we
you
have
imagine
no idea
Brett in
what's
that
going on.
situation?
yeah,
Right,
that is like my worst nightmare.
nightmares.
So you have names and then nicknames and then other names, like their actual actor names.
Yes.
fuck that.
Yeah.
Out.
He can't even get the government name right.
No, man, it is crazy. And like, if people get my name wrong, I don't care. But I know that secretly, deep down, like, I think Emily Michelle cared.
Probably.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
She acted
And
like
then
we
to
were
fuck
cool.
up her kid's name makes it like 10 times.
I think she thought we were cool, and I think we seemed cool at Vantage. I think she was a little bit like, damn, bro.
I've always heard, I don't believe this because I'm not great with names either, but I've always heard that if you forget somebody's name, they don't mean anything to you.
I know. I knew someone was going to bring this up.
Right. And
that's not true.
And I don't believe that at all.
That's not true, though.
I don't
That's
believe
probably
it's true for
that's
him.
probably the feeling she has. Maybe she's like,
Brett
oh,
always
man.
remembers a story.
I do.
And he can connect multiple stories to one person.
As soon as
too.
she said it, she's like, "Do you remember?" I was like, "Oh my god, yes!" And we all reacted. I'm like, we posted an Instagram video, and so we like talked. But then, yeah, it's crazy.
Can we do a name service here, by the way? Because if Taryn's watching, Taryn, we know you were Mason's mom, but it is the worst
That's who it was, Kevin.
Yes,
That's who it was when we were leaving.
Oh, that's who it was.
Yes.
I remember Hannah not being there, but I was like, when was she not here?
I always knew her name was Taryn. Every time they're like, Mason's mom.
But it was
Taryn.
it was too late for Brett to ask us.
I didn't want to
She was
commit to it.
walking
We
in.
talked to her on the air, and I'm like, and I called her Mason's mom. Kevin's like, oh, he's using the nicknames.
Can't remember.
You
It's
know.
Taryn.
And then when we were leaving, Taryn was leaving. Amy and Kevin were like, Brett's Taryn.
Because
Like,
even she'll
both of
call
them.
into the show, she'll text into
It's
the
just
show
like
and say
Mason's
from
mom.
Mason's mom.
I think she does that for me, and I appreciate
Yeah, I think
that.
she does it too.
Because she knows that I'm not going to remember Taryn.
Taryn
But
can also be hard
I
because it's hard
but
to
I will tell you
spell.
about Mason's story. Like, we met Mason when she was scared of her first day of school. We
Right.
sent her a video. I
Way
can
back
remember
when,
all
yeah.
the details. I also know that Mason's mom used to have tigers as a
Oh,
pet.
yeah, that's
We can't
right.
forget
That's
that.
right.
Yeah, I remember stories on stories. But man, if you ask me,
The name.
Who? What's her
Taryn?
name?
Nope. And you could ask me literally by the end of this podcast, what is Mason's mom's name? And
don't know.
I would probably be like, Kev, what was it again? Is it Tara?
I'm writing
Tara?
that down.
I do want to get into why AB was asked for $50,000.
Yeah. So when Brett and I did the Broadway podcast with the creator of In Pieces, one of the investors from In Pieces followed me on Instagram. She kind of DMs me every once in a while. We'll swipe up on my stories. She's really nice. But she DM'd me a couple days ago being like, hey, there's a new musical coming to Broadway next year, and I wanted to see if you'd be interested in investing. And I've never looked into I don't know what this entails at all. So
Could you imagine you being like
Oh, yeah.
That's
an investor in
crazy.
a Broadway show?
Yeah. And
People
she's
have
like,
no idea what radio people make.
I know.
They must really think we are loaded.
Well, and so I was just kind of like, well, this is interesting. Send me more details. I'd love to hear what it entails.
I love how
because I
AB
have
played
no
it up
idea.
too. Like,
Yeah.
send me more details.
Yeah, send me more
I
details.
want to know
knowing-
about people.
Considering it.
Yes.
Yeah, and so she emailed me this very long email, and it was so interesting seeing the inside of everything. There was a link to all of the songs. So I've heard all the songs in this new musical. Everything's very secretive too. So they sent me a 2-hour password protected video of the entire show being done in a rehearsal room to a bunch of investors who were actually there. And the password, they sent it to me on a Sunday. The password changes every Monday. And so I had to watch it that day. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to log in.
Did you like it?
It was awesome.
Oh, well,
You should've been
so
like,
you would like to invest.
This isn't cutting it for me. I would have invested my $50,000.
And some famous people wrote the music is kind of all I can say. But the show was great. I don't have $50,000 to invest in it, but it was.
How did that come up though? How did the dollar amount?
So-
Yeah,
Right.
can you invest less?
They're trying. They're really pushing the $50,000, obviously, and it says you invest $50,000
you
and
get a
then
tote bag.
you get 2 tickets to opening night.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
Still, though,
that's all?
yes. And then if you invest, I think it was
you get money
$40,000.
back if the
Yeah.
play
If you
makes
put
money,
50,000 in, you're going to get money back if it does.
I would
well.
assume, but
Yeah.
what if it doesn't do well? It's just kind of like a gamble.
Amy
And then-
didn't even know the questions they asked because she's like, I've never been.
No,
Oh my God.
I was just like, yeah, send me this musical.
You
No one
actually
else
need to
has
watch
seen.
the producers.
Yeah. I think 40,000 you only get 1 ticket to opening night, and then 20,000 you
Damn.
don't even get a ticket to
What
opening
the-
night, which is
Wow.
crazy to me because if this musical comes to Broadway and I want to see it opening night, normally they start around $1,000. So I could just spend $1,000 if I wanted to see it on opening night.
Maybe
and
it could sell
The
out
part
really
of
fast.
investment is
50,000.
not for the opening night. The part of investment is to hopefully get
It's just
a
like
return on it.
it's
Yes.
crazy because I would think investing any amount of thousands of dollars, you should get a ticket to opening night. But I guess that's just not how these things work. But
I
I
bet
mean,
there's a lot of people that one. I think one of the things that I think has been cool about kind of exploring that podcast side of things is how much money and time and attention to create something AB and I have really discovered. And I do think that sometimes we think this must have a handful of investors and it just costs, I don't know, like a handful amount of money, and then they make theater, they make a movie, they make anything. And I bet like to get it going, they would fill out the theater with comp tickets.
Yeah.
Because there's probably that many people that have to
Right.
invest. And there's that much money they probably have to raise, which is crazy.
So I ultimately emailed her back and said I can't spend that amount of money right now.
You should have made it.
But-
I love you said like now, like
I
maybe
mean,
next time.
Maybe
I
next
told
month.
her keep me in mind for other things because I don't know, years from now that could be something that I do have enough money for, who knows. And she was like, "Oh, no problem at all. I'll just keep sending you things." So now I'm just going to be getting sent all these musicals that are coming to Broadway but aren't like released or anything.
We
yet.
should be using her to book guests on our podcast.
Yes.
I think that's the
Right.
next step. So ask her if she wants to do anything for our podcast. But
I thought it was interesting that she only knows me through Instagram, looked at my Instagram and thought I had that amount of money. That's
like
just,
Kevin said,
that's just so crazy to me.
Could you find an investor and maybe get the tickets that way? Like
I
don't
think
have
if
that much
AB
money.
helps promote it, they eventually. I don't know if you get opening night because what did you went to was it opening night or just that actor's opening
just
night?
that actor's opening
So
night.
she had gotten comp tickets for Broadway. I don't know if you'd be at
But they
opening
do,
night,
I
but you'd
mean,
probably
I
be
still
at
think
an
there's
early
a way
show.
for you to get
Broadway
Right,
throws
yeah.
out those influencer opening night tickets because
Yeah.
they want everybody to go see the show and to promote it. So
I think it's less about being an opening night and more about. I think it's really cool that you are starting to get into this world of seeing stuff before it hits Broadway, before it hits live theater,
Yep.
because your career is taking you into that world.
yeah,
I think that's really cool. Like, I remember when I did a couple of interviews for movies that were password protected. Like, I interviewed, I think it was like Zac Efron when he played, was it Ted Bundy or one of the serial killers?
Oh yeah.
it
And
was recent.
it was like 8-10 years ago now. At this point, it's crazy because it was when I
I
was
think
in
it was
Dallas.
2019. Does that make sense? I don't know why that.
It could be.
I'm looking it up.
because that's like 7 years.
That was
years
a
ago.
great movie.
Yeah. But I had to do it. And so Netflix had sent it to me and I got to screen it.
That's so
And it was like cool. You go into your Netflix account and you like log this password in. And then it's like only that movie pops up.
That's
and then it'd be like
cool.
the serial killer. And like seeing it before, I think it was like a month before it came out. It was a while before it had come
And it
out.
did really, really well.
Yeah.
too.
And so I got to see it
You
before.
only say that because Zac Efron is on your Mount Rushmore of
Oh, yeah, I
American
forgot about that.
No, he looked really ugly in it. They like messed up his teeth and his face.
Yeah.
I
He
forget
did well.
who he was playing.
I think it's
I'm
I think
looking
it's Ted
for it.
Bundy.
I think it's
yeah.
Ted Bundy.
Yep, I can
Kevin,
see
why
him
is
in
it
his
taking
little
so
hacksaw
long?
I went to
thing at the
some,
end.
I went to some filmography and I went, you know what? Maybe you're onto something with
Oh
him
my
being
gosh,
on
he's
your
on
Mount
some deep
Rushmore.
dive.
You know, oh my God.
That's
I
what
was
I've
like,
been
hey.
saying.
He was
Got lost
he
on his IMDb.
by the way, he was Ted Bundy. The film was extremely wicked, shockingly
That's it.
evil, and vile.
Yeah.
And then afterwards,
When did it come out?
came out in 2019.
Damn,
1 year
he was
later,
on-
he
I'm telling.
voiced
For
Fred
some reason, I was like
Jones as
looking this
Scoob.
up recently.
That's awesome. That's
Those
hilarious.
are the
off,
things that stick in my brain.
Zac Efron does not belong on anyone's Mount Rushmore of famous people.
Kevin, get off
And the
IMDb.
fact that AB put him on there is crazy. And then Kevin got lost on his
just saying.
IMDb is like, maybe she has a
Maybe she
point.
has some. In The Greatest Showman, he is fantastic.
He
is good
in The Greatest
He's
Showman.
one of those guys that you could see. He's multi-talented.
I
He was
honestly,
awesome.
is,
He was
yeah.
awesome as one of the
not to
Von
get on
Erichs.
too big of
I
a
would
Zac
get
Efron tangent,
soapbox, yeah.
but I thought Zac Efron was going to be our generation's Leonardo DiCaprio. Like,
Yeah.
young, good-looking
Right.
guy who did like the
I think
Titanic
he cares
growing
too much
screens.
about living his life.
You don't think
Yeah,
Leo
he
does?
does.
Leo looks like he's living great. I've
Like-
seen Leo with the
Yeah.
supermodels.
But
Yes.
Zach's like the opposite, where he's like
Outdoors,
kind of
woodsman,
what Shawn
find it-
Mendes
yeah.
has become, where like they don't wear shoes outside anymore and they just live in the forest. You know what I mean?
He's become a Matthew
He
McConaughey.
lives his life-
Say that's
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey
Yeah.
core.
yeah.
But I feel like Zac Efron, like Matthew McConaughey has been nominated for Oscars. Like, he is
But I think
like a
he
top
cares.
10 of all time.
I think he cares about that stuff. I don't.
Yeah, you don't think he
Zac
cares
Efron
about the art of acting anymore?
Yeah.
I would agree. Like, I do think he's
Yeah.
more of an extreme guy. But I was wrong about him. I really do think, I thought he was going to be
Shout out Zac Efron.
like a
Thought he was
Matthew
gonna be-
McConaughey, Leonardo
But you never
DiCaprio, doing
know.
big movies. I thought he was a really good actor. He could sing. I
Yep.
thought he was great in The Greatest Showman. there was a movie where he played like a soldier coming home or something like that.
That was it a romance?
Romance
Yes.
movie, and I thought
Wait, it was really good. The Lucky One?
the Lucky One,
He's
yeah.
So, oh my gosh, that was like
He
my
could really
favorite movie.
act in that movie,
Yeah.
and so I
Kevin's
really,
on the IMDb.
I'm on the IMDb.
I really
It was the
thought,
Lucky One
but
for
he
sure.
like
It
he
was
like
the
kind of.
Lucky
The biggest thing he did was like his Netflix like Into the Wild with Zac Efron, and then he got somehow Zac Efron got body shaved. That made every man.
Yeah.
He almost
America-
died.
Oh yeah.
He like had to get facial reconstructive
That's
surgery,
right.
and then
That's right.
everyone like
Mhm.
was telling him he looked ugly. And he's
Ugly.
like, "What do you want me to
Yeah,
do?"
that guy's been through some stuff.
Yeah, and now his brother is like more famous than him. So
Yeah, Dylan is
He's
probably.
got a pretty good, you know. He was the voice in the Lorax. He was Ted. I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
I've never seen the Lorax, but
Well,
I guess I should now.
I do-
Taylor Swift's in that too. She's
I
good.
do think it's cool that AB is kind of flirting with that world of learning. Like,
That is very cool.
what's cool about her career in this industry is it like opens up all these different things. And I think AB, when she first walked into the studio, she had applied for 60 jobs and got one, and was like, I just showed up here to get a job. And now is kind of realizing, and someone who didn't see herself in radio has realized that like radio like crosses over to these worlds that don't even realize exist. Like the things that she was passionate about was probably Broadway and more social media and video, and realizing that like podcast, video, Broadway,
It's all one now.
they all kind of
Yeah.
roll
Yeah.
into one, and you can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And there are especially people in radio that do a little bit of everything. If you do it right, you can. So I think that's cool. Do you have to tell somebody if you're going to return something they got you as a gift? You have to give them a heads up, like, I'm taking this back.
No.
I
No,
don't think you do either.
shouldn't do that.
So Hannah did that. I think that was a bad move.
I thought it was the right move.
Everyone said no.
Well,
Everyone's like,
well,
oh.
yeah. That's
Guys,
the
damn,
item.
I didn't think it'd be judged on that. So
I think it's an interesting conversation. I want to hear Hannah's perspective, because I don't think you need to tell them because it's your gift. But I understand why you would tell someone out of respect.
So Bessie Sid got me a Ring doorbell camera for my housewarming gift. And I had my brother install it, and then it stopped working kind of right away. And it gave me a notification that like the type of transformer I have at my house couldn't give the doorbell enough power to work. So I asked my brother what to do, and he's like, you need to return it and get a battery operated one instead of like a wired doorbell.
Okay, well, yeah, that's
was like, okay.
legit reason.
And Sid did send me the like QR code to send it back to Amazon when I first got the gift. So I texted her and I'm like, hey, love the Ring doorbell, but it's just not really compatible for my house. So my brother suggested that I get the battery operated one. So I'm going to return the one that you got me, but thank you. I'm going to get the battery operated one instead. And I didn't think that would be rude. I just didn't want her to see it like or get an email or something that said I returned it and then have no explanation.
Right.
Because it's Amazon, and Amazon's like an account that people look at all the time. So I didn't want her to see that I returned it and think I didn't like it or that I wanted something completely different. I just wanted her to know the information in case she did see it and then got her feelings hurt, or I don't know.
See, I think it's an interesting conversation, because I think if you get the gift, it's your gift to do whatever you want with it, right?
That's true.
But I would understand, like, her friend comes over to her house and she doesn't have that Ring doorbell up. It's awkward.
It is.
So
Right, so
like,
you need the explanation behind it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
And
think
so do
it's
you
a-
have to give the person a heads up? Because I've like, oh, can you just bring the gift I got you over? And you're like, no.
Right.
Like, what if they got you something
I
they want
feel
to
like
use
it's
together?
too formal to say in a text. Like, that almost made it too formal. Like, I would have waited until I got the new one, and the next time I see her, just been like, oh, by the way, I don't know if you got a receipt saying I returned it. This one was just more compatible. I got the new one.
I don't know. For
BTW.
some
Oh, you
reason,
think
I
you could
felt
have been like casually
Yes,
slipping
more
in?
casual.
I'm never casual about anything, for one. But for two, I felt guilty for returning it for some reason.
I think
Like,
people do feel
it's
guilty when you
not-
return a gift. If someone
I
gets you
just felt
something, you
bad.
feel like bad.
But
you
I feel like in
bad.
your case, you're returning it and just getting the same thing that just works better for
I
your
know,
house.
but for
Right.
some reason, I still was like, oh, like I don't want her to feel bad that it wasn't compatible for my house. Like, I don't know. I just didn't want her to feel bad at all.
It's a big
so
gift
I
too.
wanted
Like, Ring
to-
doorbells are expensive,
Right. And it's
Yeah.
very important to me in the house. And so I wanted to make sure it was like completely perfect. So it was a little bit awkward that I had to.
I do. I agree.
What did she respond?
Well, then she was like, well, for the wired one, like my husband can come out and then like get a Transformers like $25, but we might have one that you can
See,
use.
that's why I would have
and
done it after it was done.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
'cause then it gets awkward.
Yeah.
So then she doesn't have to be like, oh, sorry, my husband will come over and do this and I'll fix it. But you can be like, oh no, I already did it. Like it was no big deal. You know what I mean?
know. I didn't know what to do.
Because then it's reverse. Because then she feels like her gift was an inconvenience.
Yeah. That's why when it's already done, it's
yeah.
done.
Yeah,
and you
like,
don't have to
your
feel
gift
that
was
way.
cool. I end up using a different
Sometimes
Ring
if
doorbell.
I
but-
don't tell people stuff until after it's over, then I feel like I've been lying, and I don't like that.
Oh.
So I
It's
don't
just
like
a
that.
weird thing to feel like you're lying about.
Do you
I
feel
just
like returning?
I feel that guilty though. Like I don't want to offend her.
Do you feel like it's sneaky?
But
not
it's
say anything,
returning
yeah.
To
a
like
gift?
return a gift,
Yes.
Oh, just in general?
just in general.
yes.
You
I
do?
don't know that I
Yes.
ever have.
Never
Well, what if it's
returned
not-
a
what if
gift.
it's like the wrong size, or what?
There's
if
like a whole
it's-
Seinfeld
you
episode
already
on this
have,
with gifts.
you have
and
two
what'd
of
you do?
them. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's sneaky. I mean, I think once the gift leaves you to somebody else, it's theirs to do with what they will.
People say that, but
It depends what it is. I think if it is a heartfelt gift, you have to keep it. But I think if it's just kind of like a candle or a blanket and you're like, this had no meaning to our relationship,
I would,
whatever,
I would
then I
feel
think
so
it's
bad.
okay. Like a lot of people re-gift candles and stuff like that.
See, like there are situations where like if you re-gift something, like there's a whole Seinfeld episode,
Yep.
and it's like in a different
Yep.
apartment, and they're like, "Where's that gift I got you?" And it's like, "It's at AB's apartment."
One time,
Like that would be so fucked up. People would be mad. So like, but like I'm guilty of this. Like I don't care what people do with my gift, but like my wife, like when we go to kids' birthday parties, I feel like so many kids like the same thing. They just like
Yeah.
all are in the same group. And so my son, we want him to pick out the gifts for the kids, so he has some like choice in it. But he'll pick out the gift that probably every other kid is gonna pick out. And so the parents will text like, "Oh, did you guys get this gift?" And we're always like, I feel like the last people to pick out gifts. My wife like, I texted these moms. They already got the gift. I'm like, cool. The kid will have 3 of them. He'll return and get to pick his own gift. She's like, you want to give a gift that you know they're going to return? I'm like,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, I like your.
Just like, I don't,
that's
like,
smart
then I just
thinking,
show
though.
up
Yeah.
and it's the 3rd Lightning
It's
McQueen
a
card.
hassle to return shit. I hate returning stuff. And
You
then I
just
feel-
returned your friend.
I know,
You
and
should be
and look
defending
at all
me.
the guilt that I had about it. I don't like it.
You should be defending me like, it's
I'm
no
not gonna
big
give,
deal when you return
I'm not
a
gonna
gift.
give someone something that I know they're gonna return. That's just a waste of fucking time for me and them.
Oh, so your friend wasted your fucking time?
No.
Oh, that's
She
what I
didn't
heard.
know.
You had to return
She
your
didn't
gift.
buy it knowing it wouldn't fit my
Oh man,
transformer.
that sucks when you have to return a gift. I can't believe your
does.
friend made you have to return a
Right.
gift.
It does suck.
You should be defending me and saying
Exactly.
it's no big
No,
deal to
I'm
take
not
a gift back.
defending you.
one time my
Didn't
aunt
know.
bought my mom a scarf, and my mom regifted it to her mom. And we had
Yes.
this huge like
See?
family birthday something, and everyone was at our house, and my grandma wore that scarf. And she wore it. She didn't take it off when she came inside. And my whole family's sitting there like, oh my gosh, Grandma, take off the scarf. What are you doing? And she never did. She left it on for like 3 hours. And my aunt just kind of like nudged my mom, being like, I see that scarf over there. And we all were just kind of like,
Dang.
Not good.
But it was so awkward. So don't regift things to people that know each other.
Lesson learned.
That's a
Yeah.
lesson.
Regifting creates awkwardness is the bottom line. Speaking of awkwardness, I found an Instagram reel that has the 6 worst days in human history. So if you ever feel like you're having a bad day, at least it's not one of the worst days.
Are
in
these
human
like
history.
Let's say like
scenarios?
disasters.
No, these
or
are
terrible
like
things.
9/11.
No, these are
I know.
things-
I was thinking
these are-
9/11 as well.
This is like real things that happened. In 1850, the day Mount Tambora, I'm probably saying it wrong, erupted, one explosion caused a global year without sun. A global year without sun.
Whoa.
How have
crops-
we never heard of
I was
this?
gonna say
Crops failed worldwide and millions starved back in 1815.
Wow.
How have we never heard?
We
of
didn't
this?
learn about
I
that
don't
in
remember
school?
that.
Out of all the dumb shit we learned, we never learned about
year
You
without
didn't learn
sun?
about the Mount Tambora.
A year without sun, yeah.
In 1970, the Hailfix explosion, 2 ships accidentally collided, triggering the largest man-made explosion before nukes. A whole city was destroyed in seconds.
Oh, is that Halifax?
Yeah, the Halifax. Yeah.
What
Oh,
was
wow.
on these ships?
The Night
Yeah.
of Black Death arrived in Europe. In 1347, one infected ship, kind of like almost like this parasite that's going around, docked in Sicily. That single moment triggered a pandemic that killed a third of Europe. It was like that cruise ship. Remember the
Yeah.
cruise ship? They're like, don't let
Oh,
it come.
yeah.
It's because they probably
Yeah.
knew about the Night of Black
Wow.
Death that existed.
How was like no one bringing that up during COVID?
I think they did, and we just ignored it. And that's what
What
We were too busy
we were
making our
thinking-
TikToks.
we were
and
we're making TikToks.
waiting in line for toilet
Renegade.
paper.
Yeah. The burning of the Library of Alexandria, a chain of accidents destroyed the ancient world's greatest library. Entire civilization's history vanished overnight.
That was one of the 7 wonders of the world, I believe.
Yes.
At the time, one of the ancient 7 wonders. Yeah,
It
Hanging Gardens
destroyed
of
people's
Babylon.
like they didn't
that
know
was
like
it, yeah.
what happened to
Was
these
it
people.
intentional?
I don't.
Something in me.
Somebody
says
didn't
it was
return.
intentional.
Somebody didn't return their book, and they were pissed.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Light it up.
And then the Great Molasses Flood of 1919, a massive tank
I've heard
burst
this one.
into Boston, releasing 35 miles per hour wave of hot molasses. Buildings
Oh my
crumbled,
gosh.
streets flooded, and the city drowned in like molasses
Oh,
syrup.
yeah. Oh, it's horrible.
In 1919, that
Like
was
syrup
like,
that you eat?
scary.
Like, yes, like molasses syrup.
and it was just in the streets.
Like
These
the
are
stuff
like
you
the-
put on pancakes was like like
I
a
read about these
river.
worst things. I never heard about any of these. I'm
Wait.
like, these are the
I
worst
thought
things. in human-
molasses was lava.
No,
No,
that's,
you're onto something.
That's molten lava. Is that what
Oh,
you're
maybe
thinking?
that's what it is.
You're onto. Hope you're onto something.
I was like, no one make fun of her yet.
Yeah. Wait,
I'm on her
wait,
team.
Wait. Okay.
This is like when
So it's
Hannah
syrup,
said
like
there was
maple
52, like, I
syrup?
It's
agree.
like maple syrup. Yeah, it's like molasses. I'm trying to think where you would.
Why do I never hear of this? Molasses.
you've never heard of
Slow
molasses.
as molasses?
That's
Yes,
you've heard that
that's
saying.
it.
That's where the saying
where it's
comes
from.
from. Now you just learned.
from-
You might have wiki that too
Yes.
and find the filmography on molasses.
You didn't know that was the reason.
Slow
What
as
did you think
molasses?
molasses was? Just something very slow.
I thought molasses was like melting something. I don't fucking know.
What?
I feel like you're not completely wrong.
I know.
no,
I think whatever we learned in school is what different. Like
It's-
we're aligned on like the 50
Here,
states. or the
molasses.
52 or
It's
whatever.
like grandma's molasses. It's like syrup.
I've heard of grandma's molasses.
Yeah, molasses
think
can
what
be
we learned in
substituted with
school-
other liquid sweeteners like maple syrup, honey, or dark corn syrup.
you wonder why
slow
people
oozing stuff.
worry about Gen Z.
Because
Statements
we were
like
taught
that.
Right.
wrong
It's because-
things.
Yes, it was our education.
I'm worried that one of the worst days in history is on their way with Gen Z.
Well, we know one of Kevin's worst days, and we can't talk about it.
That's right.
That's
It goes-
that's all I could think about when you first brought it
goes
up.
that 9/11.
It's when I got
And
into
the
a fight with a
molasses?
coworker.
No, exactly.
that was-
It was terrible.
Kevin literally puts it one
It was
rung
bad.
below
It was
9/11.
bad. It was awful.
As
We had to go
days on
back
air
the
in this
air.
studio.
You know, you guys thought it was bad. By the way, what's the name of Mason's mom? You can't remember.
Taryn.
Oh,
Good.
yes.
Stop!
Yes.
You put it on the
Oh
spot.
my gosh.
Fucking genius. That's how this podcast ends.